Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Reese here from CeeManga to review One Piece chapter 700. His pace. The title's either his pace or his place. I'm not really too sure, but anyway. This week's basically like a whole nother setup chapter, and it was actually quite refreshing. Last week, I'm going to put my hands up and say I thought it was basically Kaiser going to be on the transponder snail to Don Flamingo, but I was wrong. It was actually Law. Yep, that's right. I got it completely wrong. The way it was kind of going, I thought people would be cussing down, calling Flamingo like what the hell's going on, what's going on, why this, why that. But it turns out it's basically Law setting up, the whole deal to the agreement, because obviously Don Flamingo agreed to his terms, so now they've got to return Caesar. So hell, where they're going to return him to, basically, it's an island north of Zora. So yeah, they're going to drop him off there, and Don can pick him up. So we get a little bit more of a backstory on Kinemon this week. We find out he's heading for his place called Zao, I think that's how you say it. Basically, him and his other three samurais were on their way there. They got shipwrecked, ended up on Dezora somehow. They just washed ashore. Ended up being chased down by Flamingo and his crew. Everyone was running. They all got kind of separated. Monosuke ended up, obviously you know what happened to Monosuke. He ended up trying to hide on a ship. Then the ship took off with all the kids, and then he ended up on friggin' yeah. Anyway, he ended up on. I've forgotten the name of the place. Either way, he ended up where he was. So yeah, Kinemon basically ended up trying to chase down the ship. Obviously, he had to deal with Flamingo and his crew. So Kinemon's his mate, basically sacrificed himself and said, "You know what? I'll hold him off. You go chase him down." So yeah, he's now finally going to be able to finally get reunited with him and see his friend. Everyone's all crying about it because that's such a beautiful story, it's so noble and everything. Which yeah, it is a noble thing. But you know what? I'm wondering what's actually going to happen when they meet back up with him. Because usually, in all movies and everything, whenever this type of situation happens, the person ends up sacrificing themselves. They end up getting killed. And this is One Piece land. Not many people die in it, and I don't know if they'll die. I don't know if he might be dead or something else. Who knows? They might be being kept prisoner. But heck, I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen there. So anyway, we get a nice little reveal which actually had me in stitches. This one, basically they're like saying all the Shibukai that have basically left, and we find out that Buggy the clown is one of them. It's like, seriously, what the hell? This guy, he's basically like bullshitting his way through that war, fake bravery and everything, got all them people on his side, and now he is one of the 7 warlords. What the hell? Seriously, that is crazy. So yeah, I'm actually kind of wondering if now, because of all this, he's actually got a pretty powerful crew. Because if you remember, his bounty was something stupid like 20,000, yeah, something stupid like 20,000, yeah, about 20,000, or was it 20 million? Either way, it's really, really low. I think it's 20 million. Yeah, it's a really low bounty, and I'm wondering now if he has members of the crew who's got at least 100 million berry bounties, because they kind of think, oh Buggy, you're like the greatest captain ever. You're so brave and all this. We look up to you and all that stuff. So if that's the case, it will kind of okay, that's why. But hell, you got to admit it is actually good for him to become a Shibukai, because think about it. If the Marines chased him down, he would be dead. Like, seriously speaking, because Buggy, he's been captured twice. He got busted up by Luffy once. He got busted up by Luffy twice. Ended up getting arrested and sent to Impel Down, and then he just about escaped thanks to Luffy again. So yeah, final bit of this chapter is basically Flamingo is basically knows that Law plans to use Caesar as a little distraction to get onto the island. So yeah, he knows this. So kind of like he's lieutenants there. It's kind of called lieutenants because they're all sitting in playing card shaped chairs. You got a diamond shaped one, club, spade, and a heart shaped chair. So I don't know, maybe they've got something to do with playing cards. They're like captains like that. But heck, this actually makes me really happy because it looks like finally the Straw Hats are going to be able to push themselves in a battle, basically. Because if you remember, when they were on Mermaid Island, hoarding his boys, they were just weak as hell. Then even this latest arc, there's really been no major battles which kind of push their abilities. Obviously, Luffy got his ability pushed, but that's only because he was underwater. But still, so it might actually be really cool it's going to be kind of cool to finally see what they can really do after this whole time skip. Especially, it's going to be like another CP9 situation. Hopefully, that is what I'm hoping it will be. So anyway, yeah, another weird one which kind of was set at the beginning of the chapter. Don was talking to Luffy. He's kind of you know, I have something which may interest you. Luffy is like thinking, oh my god, it's meat, it's meat, it's meat. Freaking crazy guy. But in actual fact, what Doflamingo has is the Mera fruit, which, if I remember rightly, is Ace's devil fruit. How the hell he got that, I really don't know. It's making me think maybe when you consume a devil fruit, that it actually doesn't like degrade or nothing. It just stays whole in your body. Because if you remember right, when you actually see flashbacks of like how people ate the devil fruits, they kind of like end up eating them whole. So I haven't really seen anyone like take a bite out of it and like, bite it to pieces. They just literally swallowed it in one go. So maybe that's kind of like how Blackbeard ended up getting Whitebeard's powers. You know, he just literally put a thing over him, put his hand down his throat or something mad like that, pulled the fruit out of his stomach and then consumed it himself. So heck, I don't know what's going on there, but this kind of does actually give a little prediction for the future. Maybe Luffy will acquire that fruit and then he'll have like rubber fire powers or something crazy like that, you know, which would be kind of cool. So anyway, yeah, that's basically a chapter of like all there and then. So this week, rating wise, I'm going with a 9 out of 10, you know, because it was a really enjoyable chapter. It's quite refreshing, you know. It's like the pace has kind of picked up a little more, you know, and it's like, I'm really interested to see how this arc's going to turn out. It's really set up quite a lot, you know. So hopefully, I'm looking forward to hopefully some sort of CP9 like battle, you know. Everyone gets their own opponent, they all fight, and yeah, everyone's basically pushed to the limit. So yeah, guys, there you have it. I'm giving chapter 700 a 9 out of 10, but you know, that's my opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up, and don't forget to check out the channel for more. We do more than just the big three. So guys, I'll see you next time.